Hi everyone. Today we're going to look at some tournament lists. One set comes from Chile. Hi Juan. And one set comes from the UK. Hi Simon. So let's go to Juan's first here. So he writes, I'm sending you two US lists for a tournament in a couple of weeks. The rules for the tournaments do not favor the US much. It is 750 points, one theater selector up to 1943, and that's the main problem here because the pre-1943 US selectors are pretty limited. Although I will say 750 points should favor the US quite well. Fixed MMG suppression fire. Interesting, because that means you get an automatic pin for a -1 to hit. Okay. Like that, because that means that MMGs are suddenly worth it, especially if you take inexperienced MMGs. There are 3 missions. One of them is 5 objective missions. Second one is Kitty Hawk Down. That's where the plane falls randomly somewhere in the center of the board. And a kill point mission. All of them are pretty good for Americans. He writes that the theater selectors are his main problems. There are no meaningful special rules. I agree. Yeah. There are 3 interesting theater selectors, he writes. Operation Husky, 6th Fourth, which has Force, which has double tanks. Guadalcanal, at 750 having double tanks. Well, only if you can do double Darkest Stewards. That's the only way, because you need light tanks. You don't, I mean, the M3 Steward with the LMGs would do well at 750, but running like double Sherman, that's too expensive. So let's go and see what it is that Juan is building here. Let's go. Here we have 12 order dice, 750. 12 order dice is a lot of order dice, so that's good. Guadalcanal. Second Lieutenant, inexperienced. He's going to be a little vulnerable, isn't he? But he's cheap. US Marines, double BAR, like it. That's a good skirmish unit. That is. I mean, they are manpower light. There are 6-man units. Ideally, I would have them 7-man units, but 750 points, you don't have that much to play with. So, I mean, these are really good skirmishes because they have that range from the BAR, and the rifles can sort of keep up with the BAR. As soon as you're within 24-inch range, you can shoot. And remember, it's always okay to go backwards and shoot. You don't have to keep pushing up or standing there taking the charge when like cavalry or Gurkhas come at you. More US Marines, smaller squad here. Yeah, these are going to have to stay behind the front line, the 6-man Marines up here, right? They can take a little bit more. These can't, because they're just 5-man Marines. Ideally, I would have more Marines here again. But at least you're taking all the infantry choices, which is good. Veteran Engineers, that is always also good. That's a 5-man unit. It really needs a Dodge truck. Inexperienced medium mortar. Can't really cut this back much more, can you? This is bare bones. This is cheap as it gets. Min-maxing as min-max as you can make it. US Marine War Dog. Yeah, because why not? It's a cheap order dice at 18 points, and it can still take objectives for that 5 objective mission. Make sure you spread the objectives out as much as you can, because you're really good at moving and flowing around and just putting one random US Marine War Dog on one of the objectives. Medium artillery, medium howitzer with a gun shield. Doesn't need to be medium. I think you're splurging a little bit here. You can get away with a light howitzer for this, for 750. That could have given you the points to run a few extra men in your infantry sections, which I think you should. A Jeep with a pintle-mounted MMG, not necessary, I think, but nice. A Sherman, 105mm, expensive. If you could take the Darkest Steward, do so, but this is also good. It's just more expensive. And a Dodge truck. I like this. This is a good This is a good platoon at 750. Let one know in the comments below what you think about this platoon as well. And let us check out his second choice, which is 11 order dice, 749, Operation Husky, Western Europe. So an inexperienced lieutenant, again, veteran infantry, again, double BAR. These are hard units. 6-man units. Ideally, again, I would have 7-man units. Just because of the math there of odd numbers being better for morale. Regular engineer squad with a flamethrower and a single double BAR. That is splurging for me. I wouldn't do that. Because typically that engineer squad, once it gets out of its dodge, it's going to die. The enemy is going to focus fire you down, and they're not going to be able to shoot that BAR. But of course, this means that if the enemy doesn't have any sniper, you can run this engineers as just a regular infantry squad sitting on an objective somewhere shooting out with the BARs, which might be worth it. Rangers, 3 submachine guns, single BAR. That's a lot of DACA coming out of this unit, and it is extremely expensive. But you will be on the objectives and the middle of the board fairly quickly. Medium machine gun team, inexperienced. Yes, that's the way to run it. Ideally, actually, I would have one of these medium machine gun teams in the other selector as well. Medium mortar, inexperienced. Light howitzer, yes. Look at this. This is the support section you want. This I like. This I really like. Again, the MMG, and then an M15. Wow! The M15 is, of course, a half-track with a turret-mounted heavy autocannon. It's open-topped, and it's got an HMG. That is... for 135 points, a Darker Steward is better. It's not bad at all, but it is open-topped and it hasn't got recce, so it will get pinned. If I was your opponent, I would just dedicate 2 infantry squads with rifles to shooting at it every turn, giving you 2 pins, making you not do a thing. And a Dodge truck for the engineers. Right. Which one do you like the most? I understand the infantry here because you have a third of the object. There's like one mission that has kill points. But I actually like the first platoon better. I think there's more power in this platoon here. The only thing that I would change up is the support section here. Right, this support section. I think the US War Dog needs to go, the medium artillery needs to become a light artillery piece, and then pick up one of those nice pin machines with the MMGs, and see if you can find some more points for infantry. Because your infantry is still as deadly. I mean, the regulars are just as deadly as the veterans. The veterans have just got more staying power. So, yeah. That was it for one. Let's go and see what it is that Simon is building here. And let me just... because Simon also sent me a message here. Right. Hi, I'm planning to go to the Bold Action DT in Nottingham in August. Nice. I really wanted to go, but I am all out of options of traveling. I have to say that. Would you mind taking a look at a couple of lists? Nope, I would do that gladly. He writes that he started out intending to take a 20 order dice inexperienced French horde. But looking at the meta recently, it looks like there's a good chance he'll be up against Gurkhas, MRLs, and flamethrower spam. Yeah, there is that. So an inexperienced army relying on clumping around officers would get wiped off the board pretty easily. Yeah, it will. If you're going to run like high order dice lists, I think MSU is maybe the way to go. That will still cost you games in kill points, but yeah. So now he's thinking about bringing Italians with the case blue. Ooh, Italy is back, baby. Italy is back. He's worried that it's not enough for a competitive game. We'll take a look. I think that Italy is really back at the top levels of competitive play. We saw that at the WTC. In a month, less than a month now, the Danish Nationals is going to run, and we have, out of 44 players, we have 8 bringing Italians. Most of them are bringing Case Blue, and I think some of them have a chance of doing well. So I think Italians are back. Let's go and see what it is that he's planning, shall we? So this is his Italian list. 1,100 points, 14 order dice. 14 order dice is a little low. Not massively, but a little. Second lieutenant with an assistant, regular. Doesn't need to be regular. Just buy them cheap. Because it's 60 points. You can use those 60 points better. M battalions, tough fighter fanatics, regulars, all the way down. You could run one of them as veteran, just because the veterans would be even more threatening. That's the dream combo. Veteran, tough fighter fanatics. In large units, that is the dream combo. But these regulars are going to scare away even Gurkhas. They're not going to want to engage with you because tough fighter fanatics, they are going to get casualties if they charge you. So they'll shoot you instead because you're regular. Guastatora destruction with double flamethrower, that means that you're pretty likely to kill whatever you're aiming at, and you could even potentially split fire them. So that's always good. Medium mortar with a spotter, sniper, yep, that will protect your medium mortar and your lieutenant. Anti-tank rifle, yeah, you need one of those, because you haven't got a lot of anti-tank here. The Modello 36, that's a medium anti-tank gun. I would never bring this, but it can fire as a light howitzer. Yeah, I think you actually need something like this. Ideally, I would go the other way around, having a light AT gun with a medium howitzer or something, but as long as it's versatile, it's pretty good. An artillery tractor for 15 points. Just bring a horse tow. Way cheaper. Save the points. And an armored L640 light tank. That's an 8+ light autocannon with coaxial MMG. It's vulnerable, it's got one-man turret, but it's got recce. 95 points. Yeah, I think that's worth it. A Fiat. That's a 7+, 2-man MMG turrets. And slow, that's, yeah. For 50 points, you got 2 MMGs and it's armored. Yeah, okay. That's just a machine gun nest. Ideally, I would have something, I mean, why have a fixed gun here as your anti-tank choice if you can take something in the tank selection as your anti-tank choice? I think that would be better somehow. And a truck, regular truck with an MMG for the Guastatoris. Yeah, I like this. This could do well. Has all the tools. It is a little low on order dice for me, but not massively so. Let's see what the other thing was. Oh, that's his French list. Here we go. So that would be 20 order dice. Yeah, look at that. That's a horde. Regular lieutenant. Why again with the regular lieutenant? Do you have some sort of plan that I don't know about with the lieutenant? Inexperienced infantry hordes here. Right. With the VB launcher. Interesting choice. So it's 11-man units. One of them has a pistol, bunch of rifles, and a VB launcher. Full strength. These are really good for outflanking. You can outflank one in each side. A captain? No, don't. Nope. I think you should go with Italy. If this is your pick for French, the captain is never, ever worth it. Even for the morale for your inexperienced troops, it's not worth it. And you're never going to have a turn where you do a snap 2 that's as meaningful as it could be justifying 120 points for a captain. These are just 2 regular dudes for 120 points. And the captain dies to any sniper that shoots at him. Nope. Doesn't work. Medic might work. Engineers, yes, because you have all the order dice in the world. And more inexperienced infantry. Officer Cadet Machine Gun Team. That's a light machine gun team with only 3 shots. It's not fixed. And yeah, I would bring these. Inexperienced, 28 points. Okay. Medium mortar team with a spotter. Yeah. For French, I think you should bring as much HE as you possibly can. So medium mortar. Sniper team. Yeah. Boys anti-tank rifle team. You need one of those as well. And then the free howitzer and the medium howitzer. Yeah. That is all the HE you can bring. The Laffy tractor. Again, take a horse tow. 2 motorcycles with sidecar. I think you should take the 3rd. The Renault MG, I think, yeah, you do take the 3rd. Okay. We can do better, but not cheaper for this. And a Berylay. Yeah. I mean, other than the captain, which I would never take, there's a lot of good to be said for this. But it is a horde army. It is going to suffer in kill point missions, and it is going to... I mean, my Gurkhas, my regular Gurkhas, where did I put them? I have them right here. My Gurkhas would just cut right through that. Like fucking wheat. They wouldn't stand a chance against the Gurkha army. As soon as the Gurkhas get into close combat, up and at them all the way, and you might pin them out for a turn, but up and at them, I charge you. And Gurkhas, like 7 Gurkhas, will on average kill 3, 4, maybe 5 of your inexperienced infantry sections a turn. You have 11 man, so that means you're hitting back with 3 dudes. You're never winning that fight. Never. You'll kill 1, and then the Gurkhas will move on. So, yeah. This will lose to Gurkhas. This will lose to multi-launchers because you'll clump up. The 6s will crop up, and you'll get hit. So, I think if I was to pick for you, Simon, I don't want to do that, but I think your Italian one is the stronger option here. Right. That was it for me today. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.